Have you ever heard something at one point or another in your life? Maybe it was something you heard when you were younger, maybe something you heard later in your life. But regardless, it stuck with you. No matter what someone else told you that was different from that, no matter what you learned in school or on TV, it was always in the back of your head. And because of that, you allowed it to govern your life, the decisions you made. Well, if that's you, I want you to watch this video as we look at how that can happen and why it may or may not be a useful tool for your success. Check it out. Hi guys, it is Dr. Cody Dukes and we are back again for yet another video. Now you already know what to do. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button, and if you're not already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'm uploading 5 videos a week. That is one every single weekday. I do motivational and inspirational content with a pop culture twist. I look at things like sports, movies, TV, anime, superheroes, game shows, you name it. I just try to find a motivational message and deliver it to you in a way that you can understand it and then implement it into your lives so that you can be the best version of yourself. If that sounds like something that you're trying to do, this is the channel for you. Go ahead and subscribe. Now, with that out of the way, I want to talk about one of the funniest movies that I can remember watching, especially when I was growing up. And that is a movie called Waterboy. Yeah, now The Waterboy is an Adam Sandler movie, and if you know anything about Adam Sandler, you know that he's a show enough fool. He just knows how to make you laugh by becoming a character and really, taking it to the, umpteenth degree. And if you don't know what umpteenth is, just look it up in the Urban Dictionary. I ain't got time today. But in the movie Waterboy, the character, who is a somewhat mentally challenged young man, not fully developed mentally, he decides to play football. Of course, his mother thinks football is the devil because his daddy played football, and of course his daddy is a deadbeat, or let her tell it. So he starts to play football, and it turns out he's very good at it, and that's kind of like the whole concept for the movie. He lives in a small town where football is everything, and so when he starts to play football, they start to win, and therefore it becomes like a big to-do in the town. Now, the reason I'm talking about Waterboy is because in the movie, there's this very famous tagline that the character says repeatedly throughout the movie, and it's the phrase, "My mama said." And in fact, he would say it like this: my mama said, my mama said, because, he had like a stuttering issue. And so he would consistently say, "My mama said this," and "my mama said that." And what he was trying to indicate to other people is, regardless of what they may be telling him in the moment, regardless of how they might be trying to explain something to him, regardless of what truth they may be trying to get him to realize, he was trying to let them know that this is what his mother told him that often contradicted what they were telling him. And because his mother told him that, he would allow what his mother told him to dictate what he was going to do in that situation. So, when it came to anything, if you told him one thing, but his mother said something different, then I don't care what you say, I don't care what type of evidence you had, you can't convince me otherwise. You could tell me that the sun is yellow, and I could tell you that my mama said the sun is purple, and you could walk me outside and point up at the very yellow sun and say, "Look," and I would say, "But my mama said," right? That's the whole concept. And a lot of us, much like the Adam Sandler character in this movie, I think his name was Bobby Boucher, we struggle with what someone has told us, right? We struggle with a truth that someone has spoken into our lives, or at least something we've accepted as truth, that someone has spoken into our lives. And I talked in a previous video about the book, The Four Agreements, and how beliefs are formed, and how when beliefs are formed, you basically have to make new agreements to overcome those beliefs, but those agreements to become beliefs. But here, I want to stick on this concept of that someone can speak a truth into your life and it can govern your decision making and actions. That's a very powerful concept, because that means that truths can work against you, right? That someone could tell you that you're dumb. And if you accept that as a truth, right? If you accept that as reality, then you will allow the fact that you believe that you're dumb to dictate and govern your decision making, dictate and govern your endeavors, dictate and govern your beliefs about what you can do in life. Like, you won't even try to go to medical school because you believe you're dumb. You won't even try to start a business because you believe that you don't have the capacity for thinking that it takes to do that. But the powerful thing about this concept is that in the same way that truths can be used to impact you negatively, that means that truths can be used to impact you positively. Because the same way that a truth about believing that you're dumb can cause you not to do certain things by governing your beliefs and therefore dictating your actions, the belief that you're incredibly smart can govern and dictate your actions to the point where, why would I just settle for medical school? Why don't I do all the schools? Why would I settle for one business? I'm trying to start a multi-industrial conglomerate of businesses under one parent corporation. I'm trying to take over the world. Like, the belief about what you are often controls what it is you'll try to do. And if the belief about what you are can be controlled by the spoken truth, then that means it's up to you to determine the spoken truth that you're going to let govern your life. You get to choose whether or not you believe it when somebody told you were dumb, or whether or not you believe it when somebody told you that you're incredibly smart. You get to choose whether or not you believe when somebody told you that you ain't never gonna be nothing, your daddy wasn't nothing, your granddaddy wasn't nothing, you ain't gonna be nothing. Or whether or not you're gonna believe that not only were your parents special, but you're special, and if you're special, then your children will be special. You get to believe. You get to choose whether or not you believe that you ain't worth nothing, you ain't never gonna be worth nothing, you ain't never gonna do anything important with your life. Or you can be rich and you can impact millions and you can be one of the most influential voices of this generation. Like, you get to choose which truth that you believe. So, my challenge to you today is, I want you to pick a truth that you really want to believe in. Right? Maybe it's a truth about your finances. Maybe it's a truth about your future job endeavors and prospects. Maybe it's a truth about your relationship status. Maybe it's the truth about your family. But I want you just to pick a truth. I want you to write that in the comments. But what I want you to do with this truth is I want you to develop an affirmation, if you will, a spoken word that affirms the truth. So, for instance, if the truth that you want to embrace is that you're intelligent, then I want you to develop a spoken truth that affirms that. And it can be something as simple as, I am intelligent. Something as simple as, I am going to be incredibly wealthy. And with my wealth, I'm going to be generous. I just added that last part for, my own personal thought processes. But don't worry about that. But whatever the truth is, I want you to develop a spoken affirmation, and I want you to make it a practice to speak that thing out loud, even if it's just to yourself in the morning. Doesn't have to be something you tell everybody else. Now, if you want to tell everybody else, then that puts more pressure on you to walk out the thing that you said. But the whole point of it is, the more the truth is spoken, the more reinforcement that you have that it's a truth. And when it's a truth to you, then it begins to govern and determine your actions for your life. There's certain things you won't do with your money if you believe that you're wealthy. There's certain things that you won't settle for on your job if you believe that you're supposed to be the CEO. There's certain things that certain grades you won't settle for on your report cards or your final exams if you believe that you're the smartest person in the class, right? That's my video, guys. If you haven't already, I ask that you go ahead, hit the like button. If you're not already, go ahead, ring the bell, subscribe. It won't hurt you. It won't cost you. Maybe just a moment of your time, but other than that, guys, hit subscribe. I upload 5 videos a week. That is one every single weekday. I do motivational and inspirational content with a pop culture twist. I look at things like movies and TV, cartoons, sports, anime, superheroes, game shows, anything that I can find a motivational or inspirational message in. I find it and I try to deliver it to you in a way that you can internalize it and then implement it into your daily life so that you can be extraordinary. If that sounds like something you're interested in, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Guys, I thank you for sticking around this long. I appreciate you so much, even for just watching, even if it's only for, how long has this video been? I don't know, 8 or 9 minutes. Guys, please keep coming back and I'll continue to pump out videos. Until next time, peace.